Okay, so guys, welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to the stream. We are live, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. It is a wonderful day. It is a wonderful day, wonderful day, wonderful day, wonderful day.
Últimamente nuestras charlas son comparecencias. Un pasito más para la indulgencia. Un abogado por si acaso, y si el juez está de paso, termina dictaminando la sentencia. Salimos presuntos de inocencia. Pasito para atrás por si nos arrepentimos. Si nadie es culpable, pues culpamos al destino con él.
Okay, so let's get this party started. What do we have here? How did we get here? From Rachel Anna Marie Demida. This already aged terribly. Okay. No more 93 billion. Okay, let's see what this is about. This is about SpaceX Tech Map. Is this one of those AI generated channels or video? Let's see. Maybe not.
The country's determination to remain the world's leader.
Yes, it's one of those AI
American
voiced, AI scripted or written. Again, my only problem with many of this is I wouldn't have a problem with this type of content if the information is not clickbaity or if the information is actually real. There are times when again, with the title, the way they would title the content, and then you go to the content and there's nothing about
decades-old SLS rocket,
and that is very annoying. At least for me, it's very annoying.
the lunar surface faster and at a fraction of the cost? On December 18th, President Donald Trump issued a pre-holiday directive calling for American space superiority, which includes returning to the moon and placing the American flag there before the end of his second term. This new mandate increases pressure on NASA's leadership, now guided by billionaire astronaut Jared Isaacman. His task is clear: to reform NASA's long-standing inefficiencies and steer it toward faster, more effective progress. For more than a decade, NASA has remained committed to its own approach. The Orion crewed spacecraft paired with the Heavy Lift Space Launch System rocket. The SLS, derived from space shuttle technology, has been in slow development since 2011. Some of its core hardware, including the RS-25 engines and solid rocket boosters, dates back even further to earlier projects such as Ares 1 and Ares 5 in the mid-2000s. By 2025, the SLS rocket alone, excluding the Orion capsule and supporting infrastructure, will have cost roughly $31.6 billion.
Oh my goodness, look at that. So expensive for just one rocket.
12 to 2
One freaking rocket. Oh my goodness.
rising costs pose a serious challenge.
You
Long-term
could have
and the president's objective
bought the Warner Brothers from that.
alternatives is becoming increasingly likely. That discussion inevitably centers on SpaceX, whose spacecraft and launch systems, especially Starship and Dragon, have drawn wide attention. The successful Crew Dragon mission to the International Space Station in May 2020 proved that a privately developed spacecraft could carry astronauts safely and at a fraction of the cost. NASA awarded the Dragon contract in 2014, and only 6 years later, SpaceX launched astronauts into orbit for roughly $3 billion in total program costs. By comparison, NASA's Orion program has consumed more than $23 billion through 2025, with each launch, when paired with the SLS, costing
The people who are against this,
showed that a
saying it's a waste of money. No, it's not. It's pushing the boundaries of technology.
demonstrated that innovation and efficiency can thrive in a competitive environment.
What we discover, the technologies that are created from doing this are eventually, all of them are used by to advance
While Orion comes in at
the things that we do here on
Orion
planet Earth.
reflects years of shifting directives and changing missions from different administrations. At one point, it was even designed for travel to the asteroid belt. The result is a spacecraft that became an elephant instead of the racehorse NASA truly needed. To play a role in the Artemis program,
For example, the Starship system, if that becomes like really safe and reliable and can be launched
about 2 or 3
without a lot of risk, like an airplane.
nimble 12-ton craft
Imagine you'll be able to travel around the world, you know, from one point in from the United States to maybe somewhere in Europe or even Japan for like a fraction of the time an airplane could
SLS rocket.
take you.
SpaceX's operation
There's a lot of things that are, you know, that are discovered,
return stage, removing the need for
things that are discovered from developing technologies
the SLS lacks
from aerospace that are used in everyday lives today.
to compensate. NASA plans to
So those who are like, they're wasting money, they don't freaking know what they're saying, and they're complaining, yet they are enjoying the fruit
the propellant needed
of what aerospace or what were discovered in
often criticized
in aerospace or in space
adds billions
or from technologies developed
on this timeline. So how
and
does
invented
this mission unfold instead? The concept relies on a
through aerospace.
launches. One uncrewed lunar starship would be placed into low Earth orbit, supported by 2 orbiting fuel depots. Only a single crewed Dragon would be needed. Step 1. Preparing the fleet. SpaceX would first launch an uncrewed lunar variant of Starship into low Earth orbit, followed by 2 refueling depots. These depots would then be filled with cryogenic fuel delivered by tanker flights, much like topping off fuel reserves before a long journey. Step 2. Refueling for the lunar flight. Once filled, one depot would travel to low lunar orbit and wait there. The second depot would refuel the lunar Starship still in Earth orbit, giving it enough propellant to complete its journey to the moon. Step 3. Crew launch and lunar landing. 4 astronauts would launch aboard a Crew Dragon, rendezvous with the fueled lunar Starship in orbit, and transfer to it for the trip to the moon. After undocking, the Starship would head for the lunar surface, where the crew would spend several days conducting exploration and research. Step 4. Return to Earth. After the mission, the Starship would lift off from the moon, refuel at the waiting depot in lunar orbit, and then return to Earth's orbit. There, it would reconnect with the Crew Dragon, allowing the astronauts to transfer back for re-entry and splashdown. The starships could either remain
That is exactly how Star Trek does it, you know. They have like a starship orbiting the planet, and then either they beam down or they use a transport, you know, a smaller vehicle
allowing for greater payload efficiency and reducing the number of launches to just 3 to 5 per fuel depot. From a technical standpoint, the concept of using Dragon for Artemis missions has clear advantages. It leverages proven hardware and existing launch systems, cutting both cost and time. Yet, the question remains whether NASA and the broader space community are ready to embrace such a shift in philosophy, from government-heavy programs to a more commercial, flexible model. As
What if Elon Musk,
into the Artemis framework, the capsule was originally designed for operations in
what if SpaceX
and its current system
did something like traveling to the moon?
its life support capability is limited unless docked to a station.
That might increase their stock value, I think, maybe. I don't know.
Another limitation lies in re-entry protection. Dragon's heat shield, optimized for orbital missions, might not withstand the higher temperatures and pressures encountered when returning from lunar velocity, known as escape velocity. Orion's heat shield, by contrast, is specifically engineered to survive the extreme conditions of re-entry from beyond Earth orbit, giving it the durability required for planetary missions. Orion also offers twice the pressurized volume of Dragon, providing additional room for equipment, consumables, and crew comfort during extended missions. This larger habitable space offers a practical advantage when missions stretch into weeks rather than days. Communication capability marks another point of distinction. Orion's systems are designed for long-range contact, capable of maintaining a reliable link with Earth at lunar distances and beyond. Dragon's communications suite, by design, supports low Earth orbit operations and would require significant upgrades to handle deep space missions. Still, Dragon retains one notable advantage: crew capacity. Its cabin is designed to accommodate up to 7 astronauts, the same as the Space Shuttle, though NASA currently limits ISS missions to 4 for safety and additional cargo room. Orion, emphasizing endurance and redundancy for deep space travel, is optimized for a 4-person crew. This efficiency in Dragon's design stems from its modern engineering philosophy. The use of lightweight, foldable cloth seats mounted directly to the capsule's pressure vessel maximizes usable volume within its compact 9.3 cubic meter cabin. In many ways, Dragon represents the next generation of human spaceflight. Leaner, simpler, and more adaptive to evolving mission requirements. So far, it remains unclear what happened to that astronaut. Privacy laws, including the HIPAA Act, prevent NASA from disclosing medical information. However, the space agency has clarified that the problem is not related to an injury, such as a broken bone or a cut. The cause could be a medical issue associated with microgravity, such as appendicitis, kidney stones, or gallstones. Studies show that space travel increases the likelihood of kidney stones several times over compared to life on Earth. Another possible cause could be thrombosis, a blood clot that sometimes occurs in microgravity, particularly among individuals with risk factors. Infection is not considered likely, thanks to strict pre-launch quarantine procedures. NASA officials emphasize that the astronaut is in stable condition and is expected to recover. The greater challenge now lies in scheduling. Crew 11's early return may affect the timing of 2 upcoming missions, Crew 12 and Artemis II. Under the current plan, Crew 11 will end its mission in January, while Crew 12 is scheduled to launch no earlier than February 15th. This timing could leave only one American astronaut on the ISS for a short period. NASA is reviewing whether Crew 12's launch can be moved up, but it is unlikely that the new crew will depart before Crew 11 returns. Even if Crew 12 launches in early February, that would overlap with the planned launch window for Artemis II. Of course, in this case, Artemis II will take priority, which could result in a brief staffing gap aboard the ISS. Launching Crew 12 in late January is also unlikely. Final certifications, such as static fire tests and flight termination checks, must be completed before liftoff. With Crew 11's return still pending, an earlier launch would be difficult to achieve. On the other hand, many observers doubt that Artemis II will launch in February, despite NASA's confident statements about hardware readiness. Their skepticism is understandable given the agency's recent internal challenges. Over the past year, NASA has undergone significant upheaval. A number of long-serving employees, individuals with decades of experience, have left the agency. With them went a vast amount of institutional knowledge and professional judgment that cannot be easily replaced. This shortage of deeply experienced personnel has raised concerns about higher operational risks compared to just a few years ago. The issue is not limited to staffing numbers. It directly affects NASA's ability to manage complex technical problems. During the Artemis 1 mission, the Orion spacecraft suffered notable heat shield damage on re-entry. Although engineers have since implemented design changes and adjusted flight parameters to improve safety, the absence of veteran experts has prompted questions about NASA's ability to respond effectively to unforeseen challenges. Crew safety depends on timely and accurate interpretation of sensor data, quick responses to abnormal readings, and sound judgment during time-critical launch windows. When the most experienced decision-makers are no longer in the room, the margin for human error inevitably narrows. Adding to these internal pressures are external factors. Some critics fear that NASA may be rushing to meet symbolic milestones, such as aligning Artemis 2's launch with the 250th anniversary of the founding of the United States. NASA officials have dismissed these claims, pointing to prior launch delays as proof that safety remains the top priority. Even so, the perception persists that political or ceremonial goals could influence the schedule. Beyond that, even minor disruptions could derail the timeline. A government shutdown, for example, could suspend essential operations. Likewise, small technical issues, such as faulty sensors or problems with ground support equipment, could force last-minute launch delays. Sending astronauts on a lunar mission with a relatively new and less experienced team carries inherent risk. Technology can reduce uncertainty, but cannot replace the insight and instinct that come only from long years of experience. As some within the aerospace community warn, the loss of professional intuition may be the most serious challenge NASA faces as it prepares for humanity's next steps toward the moon. Additionally, this is not the first time America's space ambitions have faced disappointment because of politics. The pattern is decades old. After Apollo, NASA shifted focus to the Space Shuttle program, which was never intended to return to the moon. Later came the Constellation program, which promised a lunar landing but never reached the point where such a return was realistically imminent. Since the early 1970s, the public has heard repeated declarations that the United States was preparing to go back to the moon. There are many concrete examples. In the late 1980s and early 1990s, President George H.W. Bush announced the Space Exploration Initiative, a detailed plan that called for a return to the moon as a step toward Mars. It was a formal national policy, backed by NASA studies and a presidential address, yet it never moved beyond the proposal stage. A similar pattern emerged in the early 2000s under President George W. Bush. His vision for space exploration clearly stated that humans would return to the moon by around 2020, establish a sustained presence there, and then proceed to Mars. That mission was to be carried out by the Constellation program, using Ares rockets and the Altair lunar lander. Billions of dollars were spent, and hardware was built, but the program was ultimately canceled before completion. The cycle continued into the 2000s. During the Obama administration, the focus quietly shifted away from the moon, though it was never completely ruled out. Then the Trump administration revived the goal under a new name, Artemis. Once again, the language was bold and optimistic. NASA officials, presidents, and lawmakers promised that America would soon return to the lunar surface, this time to stay. Yet the timeline has slipped again and again. Artemis 2, Artemis 3, commercial lunar landers, the Lunar Gateway. Each milestone has seen its dates pushed back, its mission structure reworked, and its cost revised. It's not that nothing has been accomplished. Hardware has been built and tested, but for more than 50 years, the same message has been repeated. We are about to go back to the moon. And for more than 50 years, that return has not yet happened. So when people say they've heard all their lives that the United States is just about to go back, they are not speaking from cynicism. They are describing a recurring pattern of announcements, funding surges, program cancellations, and restarts that stretches from the post-Apollo years to the present. Their skepticism is understandable. There is another possibility. Perhaps the real driving force behind Artemis is not exploration, but competition. The fear that another nation, especially China, might establish a lunar foothold first. It's an uncomfortable truth, but many in Washington understand it clearly. Without Chinese competition, Artemis might not exist in its current form. Political will and funding have always depended on strategic rivalry. By 2025, NASA will have spent an estimated $93 billion on the Artemis program. Each Space Launch System flight costs roughly $4.1 billion, more than some nations spend on their entire space programs each year. For that money, we've gotten one uncrewed test flight. No moon landing yet, no base, just proving we can do what we did 50 years ago, but slower and more expensive. Normally, Congress would ask hard questions. Why are we spending this much? What's the return? Can we afford it? But they're not asking those questions, because China changed the equation. In 2019, China landed on the far side of the moon. First nation ever to do that. In 2020, they returned samples. These weren't lucky shots. They were systematic capability demonstrations. Now, China is building the International Lunar Research Station with Russia and other partners. Target date: 2035 for a permanent base. Crewed missions start around 2030. Location: Moon's South Pole, the same place NASA picked because of water ice. Here's what matters. Whoever gets there first sets the rules. The Outer Space Treaty says you can't claim territory, but it allows safety zones around active operations. First presence becomes control. Why Congress cares? American politicians hate two things: losing to rivals and looking weak. China is building a moon base while America doesn't? That's both. Suddenly, $93 billion doesn't seem too expensive. Suddenly, $4.1 billion per launch is a necessary investment. Frame it as national security, and even fiscal conservatives vote yes. This is the same pattern as Apollo. Sputnik launched in 1957. Americans panicked. NASA got funded. We reached the moon in 1969. The moment Soviet competition ended, Apollo was canceled. No rival meant no budget. Artemis survives because China provides that rival. Remove the competition, and funding disappears within 2 years. But here's the problem. SLS can't actually compete. It flies once per year. China is planning monthly missions. SLS delivers 27 tons to the moon. China's planning similar or better capabilities with their Long March 9. You can't win a space race flying once per year at $4 billion per launch. You need high flight rates and low costs. That's why Starship matters strategically, not just because it's cheaper, because it's the only system that can match China's planned operational tempo.
Okay, so the LA Clippers are so back. Back where? Wow, okay, new disrespectful IRL streamer just arrested in the good. Let's go watch this. Let's watch these assholes making or creating problems here in the Philippines.
It seems like this disrespectful IRL streamer was arrested in the Philippines. And I'm saying it seems like because it sure looks like it, but we don't have any official report yet. And yes, before we're starting the video, I'm traveling, as you can see, and I got a haircut because I had a whole lot of time to kill today, because you'll actually see that in my next video, or a video that's coming very soon. Anyway, the story that we're talking about in today's video, if this is real, this is crazy. How do some people never learn? But the dude we're talking about today is somewhat known as Gino, who is essentially known from being Johnny Somali's sidekick. He had his whole
They should
over in Japan with Johnny Somali. He was like his
they should be
you could technically say. They did
maybe you know,
in Japan, but he did
put them in the general populace
early or way before
in Bilibid prison,
leaving Johnny in Japan. And at this point in time, he did go back to the States for a
maybe
bit.
experiencing that
Stop
will change their
going back to Asia,
lives forever.
people on the street for content. So he ended up going back to Thailand, where this clip went viral.
I don't care what it is. I don't know. Good salon.
He shouldn't do that. He'll get killed. Is he crazy?
Yo,
Are you crazy, dude?
I didn't mean to. I paid money.
I'm still trying to understand how you ever get to this.
You're not in the United States. You're gonna get killed here in the Philippines.
Streaming yourself act this way. It's true.
He's so stupid. This is not Japan.
You would think that
Hey.
Johnny would actually hate Gino after, snitching on him.
You don't act like a tough guy if you're not a tough guy here in the Philippines.
It doesn't matter.
Because if you do, you're gonna get killed.
South Korea, because I guess Gino
That is so
was
stupid.
time hanging out with Johnny and streaming with him that it was a bad idea, or just in general that doing their kind of content while harassing people is a bad idea. But hey, clearly these guys are not learning anything. So again, they reunited in South Korea, and that's when they both started finding out, because he had the honor of getting knocked out together with Johnny, which is where that infamous Mario coin knockout clip is from. But after a handful of those moments, it seems like Gino had some sense knocked into him, and he realized maybe I shouldn't stay in South Korea because I don't want to repeat the Japan situation. So he got out of there, and right after Gino got out of there, Johnny was about to leave and he couldn't. So in this like brain dead version of two morons who cannot act right, Gino got the last chopper out of, I guess, South Korea instead of Vietnam in this case. But just because Gino had a little bit of self-awareness does not mean that he was actually smart enough to stop streaming in this matter. Because after being in the US for just a little bit again, I guess he just yearned to go back to Asia and harass strangers for content again. And for some reason, he decided to go to the Philippines after everything that's happened with Vitaly. And not only did he go to the Philippines, everything that's happened with Vitaly. And not only did he go to the Philippines, he decided to go to the Philippines and commit a serious crime again after we know everything that happened with Vitaly. So like, basically everyone in the online community has seen how hard the Philippines backhanded Vitaly for acting out in the Philippines. So why Gino would ever go commit a serious crime, which is actually worse than anything that Vitaly did. Because as long as Vitaly isn't charged for stealing that motorcycle, which officially he hasn't been yet, the charge that Gino is allegedly facing is infinitely worse than anything Vitaly is facing. And we know that Vitaly has now been locked up in jail for almost a year now. And you have some crazy rumors coming from jail as well. You have all sorts of rumors circulating just in the last couple of weeks that he was seriously injured in jail. Now, we have no idea if it's actually true or not, because it's hard to verify anything coming out of the Philippines because it's not as public as the US. In the US, you can pretty much look up most court cases. In the Philippines, you can't. But, okay, so as of right now, all of the information we have is from Johnny Somali's Discord, a Twitter user by the name of Johnny So Somali, and some Filipino news reports. So what started all this is we have Gino announcing that he got jumped in the Philippines. So here we see the pictures here. They jumped me here. He looks rough in that picture. And then suddenly we got him posting a picture of him in handcuffs saying "Free Gino." Awesome. Then, of course, everyone in the Discord's like, haha, no hopping on the plane this time, because so many of the people in this Discord, they just want to see the downfall of Johnny and Gino and any of the other streamers. Like, the whole appeal of watching these people is watching the downfall of these streamers, which is why they send these crazy donations to try to get them either arrested or for some fight to break out. But anyway, pay attention to this outfit because it becomes important later on. So we have a white collared shirt and blue jeans and a brown belt.
Yo, bro, I have no fucking money, Chad. I have no fucking money, bro. God, I want to somebody.
I don't know when that video was from, but okay, interesting. There's rumors that's from one of his last streams, and now suddenly there's allegations that he assaulted someone. Oh boy. So now we have more reports saying that he was involved in a stabbing in the Philippines. So here we have a cutoff image. You have the white collared shirt, you have the blue jeans there, you have the handcuffs in the front. Yeah, I mean, dude, same hair, same little goatee going on. I mean, this looks like Gino. This definitely looks like Gino. I transcribed the clip and it says this. This is about a foreigner, an American national who recently complained/filed a report about what happened to him with his girlfriend at a tipsy bar along Salinas Drive, Barangay Lahug, Cebu City. The victim you're referring to is this 27-year-old alias Chloe, who also lives in Barangay Lutupan, Toledo City. That's the one. The victim is a virtual assistant. So here we have another incident summary. A foreign national identified as an American citizen is currently being held at Mabolo Police Detention Facility. He was arrested after allegedly assaulting his girlfriend at a bar in Salinas Drive. Okay, so that at least matches the previous one that we read. Detailed transcription. Victim identity. The victim is a 20-year-old virtual assistant referred to the alias as Chloe, who resides in Barangay Luputan, Toledo City. Suspect identity. The suspect is a 26-year-old American national identified as Jeremy, who lives in the residential building of Barangay Teriu and Cebu City. Context of the incident. The couple met through a dating site. This was their first time meeting in person. They had been drinking together at a bar earlier that evening, and the conflict started here. The altercation began at approximately 3 in the morning. The suspect allegedly became upset and physically assaulted the victim after she attempted to leave the bar by getting on a different motorcycle. I'm assuming that would be with another man. The reporters speculate the language barrier or a misunderstanding regarding their transportation arrangements may have contributed to the conflict. The current status is the suspect is facing charges related to violation of the Republic Act 9262, the Anti-Violence Against Women and Children Act. The suspect has declined to give a statement to the media at this time. Okay, so it seems like depending on the victim's injuries, he could be facing up to 12 years in prison. Awesome, dude. What do you do?
Yeah, in the Philippines, you just can't hit women. You can get...
1 day, up to 6 months.
You can get in trouble. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but yeah, if you get reported, you'll be arrested.
Quite a while. Apparently up to 2 years. Dude. So as of right now, I mean, what we can really see is him claiming he's arrested, and then now we have an official news report with a picture of a dude. It's not showing the top part of his face, but it seems like same clothes and everything. Same hair, same goatee. It looks like it's him. So I would say there's a very high probability that this in fact happened and that it was Gino that did it. And if this did really happen, Gino will be MIA for a while. Because odds are, when he's finished sitting in the jail that he's currently in, they could transfer him to the detention center that Vitaly is currently in, which we know is no 5-star resort. I still cannot believe that someone would be so stupid to not only commit a crime in the Philippines, but to also commit a violent crime in the Philippines. This is not hard, guys. I was just in the Philippines just a few weeks ago, and it was very easy to just enjoy the country and interact with the lovely people there and not commit felonies. It's surprisingly easy to not be an absolute scumbag. So overall, massive skill issue. But as of right now, this is all we know. When more details come out, I'll probably be covering it. But if you want to see the video I made a few weeks ago of going to the Philippines, you can watch it right here. Drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Also, yeah, we have a pretty interesting travel video coming out soon as well, because a certain person I was covering today just didn't show up to court. So I don't know what's going on there.
Okay, when arrogant pranksters mess with the wrong guy. Ooh, okay, this was like 3 months ago. Just got real. No. Not that again. Um, Steam versus GOG. This it's not even a competition. They are providing two different service. Steam is a is a platform where users can license games to play, while GOG is a platform where customers or gamers can buy games to play. Remember, guys, when you're buying games in Steam, you're not buying the game, you're just paying for a license to use it. That was made perfectly clear by Steam itself. They are selling licenses, they're not selling you the game. Ooh, what's this? Pokemon is listening it power trolls fanboys into rage. Fritanga plays. Let's go check this out.
retarder.
Okay, I have a confession to make. All right? I'm a piece of shit. Yeah, I know that you don't need me to tell you guys that. You've known for a long time. You probably think to yourself quite often, does this Mexican really get joy out of watching the entire Pokemon fandom go nuts, destroy their own community, get salty over other products, while continuously being milked and ripped off for everything their favorite intellectual property is worth? Yes, I get immense joy out of it. The views and the success from the videos, that's just the cherry on top. I can't think of a community more deserving. Pokemon YouTubers are not having a good time right now because you can't positively mention Pokemon without getting heaps of comments telling you about how much they hate Game Freak. And I love the results of that. It's fun. This is a fan base that deserves to be continuously made fun of. If you disagree with me on that, name me a better community. Because I can't think of an intellectual property bigger, because there isn't. It's all designed for kids, and the majority of its fan base is men pushing their 40s, who are toxic people. So now is the perfect time for me to quickly tell you a story about how I witnessed just how pathetic this community is. There's a chain of supermarkets called Fred Meyer. You probably heard of them. They're all over Oregon, Washington, I think, they're everywhere. Well, they had a freshly installed Pokemon card dispenser, an official one that has a camera that can detect your face and tell if you've already purchased a card for the day.
No offense, but it sounds like some fucking commie gobbledygook.
Yeah, because believe it or not, I guess people just love Pokemon so much they like the idea of having this billion-dollar entity freely scan their faces, identify them, just so that it can dispense to them a card pack that's never going to pay off any of their debt or make them rich. But in their minds, they think that's gonna happen. So Nintendo and the Pokemon Company collecting all of their personal information via camera is worth the price. For them anyway. Well, either way, you can buy the box sets of cards out of this thing. And if you're into the Pokemon trading card shit, which, you know, I'm not religious, but I'll be praying for you to heal from that illness. But yeah, like I said, if you are, you know the value of these boxes. People love them. Well, these two fools walked up to the card machine. You're not really supposed to be loitering around that area, but these losers were loitering around that area because they found a way to trick the card machine, and basically they would just stand slightly to the side of the camera for a few minutes and then go in and buy out the cards. And another man approaching that very same machine with his child to buy cards was told by the other guy, "Hey, we're still in line." To which the other man said, "What line? There are no lines. It's a one-time purchase. You're not supposed to be standing around waiting for the machine to forget who you are already." And the other guy said, "Nah, fuck it," telling his son to go and get the cards anyway. And that alone started an entire screaming match between the two where they were about to throw fists. And then they involved the manager of the store.
Okay, so I don't get it. Why require? Why is there a need to scan someone's face just to buy a freaking card? Can someone answer that question?
Around a Pokemon card machine, telling another
It's
person, "Hey, tell your kid to wait his turn. We're trying."
it's a isn't that a privacy violation or some kind?
How it happens. This is
Insane.
what the other guy was telling him. This is for kids. Why are you loitering around the machine? And that's because these scalpers are pieces of shit. The Pokemon fan base understands the value of these cards and the products that they purchase, and they hold on to them or they buy them out, expecting to be rich off of the very thing that they are obsessed with. And thus, you have some of the most unhinged lunatics. Oh, right, as for the ending of that story. Eventually, security told the guys, "Hey, you can't loiter around the machine. You gotta go. If you already got your cards, you gotta go." And the two men parted ways. One left with his kid, the other left with his grown-ass friends, and I seriously could not believe how much these two wanted to kill each other over cardboard. I'm pretty sure this might exist in other trading cards, but this is one of many instances that I have seen. The only difference is I witnessed this one. I've seen videos where Pokemon card scalpers lose their fucking minds, but I never actually witnessed it up until that point. I mean, imagine telling another grown-ass adult, hey, get your kid away from my Pokemon card machine. It's still my turn. You're only supposed to get one turn, and that machine is always constantly out of stock. All I can tell everybody is don't get your kids into Pokemon cards. Don't let your kids witness something like that. And this, ties into that community. Like, we know exactly what they're like. They're unhinged. They're autistic and mentally stunted. However, when it comes to getting access to their Pokemon, they're somehow total geniuses. You see, those machines are designed to recognize how many purchases a specific face or specific card has used on it. And these guys were basically using multiple different debit cards. What they were basically doing was scalping and getting in the way of a kid who wants to buy some cards. Like, this very same group ruined that card game for everyone. Pokemon trading cards are a real social issue. They're causing some kind of problem in society. I have seen it. You don't have to believe me if you don't want to, but you know it's the truth because you've probably seen it too. Well, these exact same people who are actively ruining the hobby are also the same ones that defend it to the ends of the earth. As you remember, just a few days ago, Palworld finally officially announced their trading card game, to which the internet reacted, finally, a new trading card game that people can actually get into because Pokemon fans have ruined their own trading card game. And on top of that, it pisses off Nintendo and TCG. It's never gonna be as popular as the official Pokemon trading card game. I know, we know that. You don't have to remind me. That's not the point. The point is there's a trading card game that's about to exist, and Pokemon fans treated it like an immediate threat. So I have compiled reactions from social media so we can laugh at it together and have a discussion on the mental state of this group. There's a reason Meat Canyon made his video. If you guys don't understand that is you yet, I will make sure I make you understand that. Palworld is getting an official trading card game launching on July 30th, 2026.
Can anyone reliably name me any of the quote-unquote pals? All this foolishness from people paying for early access rip-off trash! They's mad! They are so mad! They hate Palworld's existence! Oh my god, this is great. It's so funny because this exact same group is always accusing the Palworld community of never shutting up about Pokemon, but the minute a Palworld trading card game gets announced, they can't shut up about complaining about Palworld. And it's funny that this guy says that. Can anybody actually name these pals? Yes, of course they can. Adrian, Flamvel, Tansy, Bristlove, Depresso, Gobfin, Lysandra, Reptiro, Blazma, Dudma, Astrodron, Menstein, Cineram, Relaxosaurus, Univolt, Catris. Gotta sue 'em all, gotta sue 'em all. Gotta sue 'em all, gotta sue 'em all. I made an entire rap dedicated to naming off a bunch of pals. It was a parody of the Pokemon rap, granted, but if you want to see that music video, it's a little hard to find on my channel because, I upload a lot. So for that very reason, I have Fratanga Jams, a brand new channel dedicated to all of my beats and music making endeavors. And I will be posting the Pokemon parody rap right there, including some other tracks I've made. So go subscribe to that channel. Also, subscribe to this channel, Fratanga TV, where I'll be talking about things outside of just video games. I could be talking about anything from Warhammer 40K to hardware and tech, or full-length video game discussions and reviews. It'll be a channel that's salt-free for those of you who don't want salt in your content. Anyways, clearly people know the name of the pals. The reason you don't is because you're sourpuss, all right? You hate that this IP exists, and you don't want people to like it. I just don't understand what makes Pokemon fans act this way. Like, they have to rush to the defense of Pokemon and then call Palworld a scam while they're actively paying for $30 DLC. That's some of the lowest quality content Game Freak has ever produced. Yeah, I know, right? Your reaction is the same as mine. Because Palworld alone, yes, it's an early access, but the price of the game is the price
of DLC alone just for Pokemon. On top of that, then they want to sell you $650 Lego sets. It's absurd. They want to call this game a scam, but Pokemon Legends ZA was legitimately a scam of a game. They cut out special evolutions, they cut out content, and they repackaged it for the full price of Palworld alone. But Pokemon fans are their own worst enemies. They hate Palworld because the value of the product alone is leagues above Pokemon. Nobody is being ripped off by Palworld. You're getting more bang for your buck than you will out of any single Pokemon product right now. This is the reason why Game Freak continues to fuck you over and bend you over and fuck you like a pig, because you don't show the same level of outrage towards them when they do what they do to you. But all that pent-up energy and frustration, all of it's reserved for Palworld, just because its character designs are similar to Pokemon. That's it. That's your trigger point. Like, you deserve for this company to continue to ruin the franchise. You deserve the slop you eat. Nintendo's evil. They're trying to take out indie developers who have genuinely new and unique ideas. They're just mad they didn't come up with it first. I hope Nintendo finds a way to sue them for this too.
What kind of cheap shot, Joe?
I'm suing, I'm on it.
You better hope Nintendo doesn't find a way to sue, because they're better off actually working on building better projects instead of wasting all of their resources trying to take down this indie studio. Like, I don't think these guys comprehend how bad this makes Pokemon and the Nintendo company look. It is absolute insecurity from the richest intellectual property on Earth. And you guys root for these big companies to take out the little guys? Why? All because it has similar designs? So many games draw similar inspiration from each other. Are we supposed to just shut down every game that's eerily similar to another? So should we just scrap all the Dark Souls inspired games, or all the Doom clones of the 90s, or all the first-person shooter generic clones that we get? No, people deserve to have options. And if people want another trading card game, they should be able to get that. Like, what right does Nintendo or Pokemon have to take that away from consumers? Why do you guys root for this company to remove options?
This popped up and reminded me on how dog shit designs in this game were actual one-on-one rips from the Pokemon. How does a random Pokemon ripoff on Roblox have better designs than this absolute slop? I hate Palworld!
Stop it! Cut it out! I have a glandular problem.
That'll be $60.
This is probably why I love Palworld. I mean, Palworld's a pretty good game. I mean, there's a lot left to be desired, don't get me wrong. It's not a perfect game by any means. It's fun, but it still has a lot of ironing out that needs to be done. But these guys hate the success this game gets and the attention that a trading card game produces. Like, why would you even care? Like, where do you think Pokemon even got its designs from? Dragon Quest, you dumbasses. I don't see you complaining about that. Funny thing here too is Pokemon actively butchers the designs of its own creatures. Some of those Mega Evolutions are the worst art I have ever seen. And meanwhile, Palworld over here has introduced new forms for some of their pals, and they look badass. Hell, a lot of the creatures they have are supposed to be memes, like the Presso. Also, what I really love about Palworld is the creative names they have for their creatures. I don't know what to tell this guy. I guess it's a breath of fresh air, because nobody cares about the Pokemon after Gen 3. Most people don't know and can name you a single Pokemon past Gen 3. They keep adding a bunch of Pokemon that nobody cares about. Meanwhile, here we have an entire cast of brand new creatures from a different company, which will make for a different experience if you want to get trading cards for it. Like, God, this doesn't hurt you. Like, why are they so offended? I don't understand. This isn't gonna work, because I can guarantee you that nobody gave a fuck about any of the pals in this game. Chickapee, Vixie, Ruby, T-Fam, B-Guard, Digitoys, Penking, Bear Dash, Arsa, Rushwar, Capriti, Mel, Pakabushi, Whipson, Exeter, Deer, Nightwing. That doesn't make sense. Nobody buys Pokemon trading cards because they care about the creatures in the deck. They care about the rarity of the cards. That's why they buy this. That's what makes Pokemon trading card game popular, is the value of the cards, not the creatures. Lots of trading card games out there have their own economy. Why do you think Digimon has one, even though Digimon is nowhere near as popular? You don't have to care about the pals. What matters most is if the card game is good and if some economy forms from it. It doesn't have to be a big one. I hate Power World because they keep ripping off Nintendo IP and mainly Pokemon, knowing that people will defend them no matter what because everyone hates Nintendo is fucking pathetic.
Nintendo is
Bad.
I agree.
Well, I mean, if you're talking about me, then you would be right, but if you're talking about the 2 million plus concurrent players that were there when Power World released, or the over 25 million people who purchased this game, you know, a number that basically matches Pokemon's success, then you would be wrong. You think the 25 million people who own this game bought it just to spite Nintendo? I mean, I would hope that's the case, but reality is no. They just bought it because they probably already like Pokemon or other creature taming games, and this one appealed to them because it was a massive hit on PC, a record-breaking game. So obviously it doesn't have to do with solely hating on Nintendo, but like I said, I really wish that was the case, because then the game could sell even more. You know what? I'm done here. I'm done responding to these guys. Power World's birthday is on Monday, apparently. It's gonna mark a monumental day because you know it's gonna be full of salt. These guys are gonna be pissed off about something. But to finish it off, I have the golden one, all right? Because Pokemon fans don't understand what they're criticizing. They don't even touch the game. But I guarantee you everyone who's played Power World understands Pokemon. So Bucky, through the official Power World account on Twitter, was promoting an update when an angry ass Pokemon fanboy responded to that post saying, "Doing nothing but collabs and money milking methods instead of updating your game more." To which the official Power World account retweeted, "Every single Power World update has been free." That person yoinked their account. They deleted their Twitter after getting ratioed by the creators of the game. But it's true. It's true. How can you say that Bucky's team is milking us? We only had to purchase the game one single time. Every update has been free. Every single one. New creatures added. New gameplay mechanics. New structures. Everything like that is free. It wasn't drip fed and charged for. Like with Pokemon. These guys are insane. Power World is not your enemy. It's time you get over it. All I can say is Bucky here is a lot kinder than me because he followed up with one more tweet, noticing the guy deleted his account, tweeting, "All I said was Power World updates are free. You didn't have to, like, delete your Twitter account." Oh, he murked that guy. He absolutely murked that dude. And then on top of that, his quote tweet of his original tweet got even more likes, 5,000 times. Oh, he gets criticized once, fucking dies. Unbelievable, but that lets you know exactly what Pokemon guys are like. Like, Power World can't announce anything without the Pokemon fandom losing their collective minds. I very much look forward to your birthday this coming Monday. And if anything pops up, I'll be the first to let you know. So like, comment, share, and subscribe if you so choose to. With that being said, good luck to the Pokemon trading card game, and I'll see you in the next video.
Fritongo sucks ass.
Okay, so Concord 2, they lost. Okay, this game actually broke the gaming industry. 4 hours ago from Manix.
Welcome to another episode of Year 1 Server Shutdown, where your favorite generic nonsense heroic shooter gets panned once again. Oh, ladies and gents, we got a good one for you today. The dumpster fire is just overflowing. Because yeah, sir, a second Concorde has hit the market. You know what's funny? Concorde died faster than a fly, literally. I'm excited to see what insect will outlive the High Guard game. Because hey, if it lasts longer than a week on the market, then it's already beat Concorde. Because we have another episode, folks, of congrats for winning the Dead on Arrival award. Or in this case, let's call it Dead Before Arrival award. Bravo. Now hit the like button, ladies and gents, and subscribe, baby. Let's get to 90,000. I'm thinking maybe if we hit 95k, I'll start live streaming. I think that would be quite fun, don't you think? Now, High Guard, the hero shooter that closed out the Game Awards in the highest profile reveal spot of the year. Now, in case you forgot, during the end of the Game Awards, yes, that show about a group of weirdos sitting together and cupping each other's farts, Jeff Keighley was acting like this game was the biggest thing in the world, like it was gonna bring world peace, and finally revealed the beauty of mankind. He tried to make it sound like this revolutionary game was about to hit the market. And then what we proceeded to see was one of the most generic pieces of you'll ever see. You know, Jeff Keighley must have been paid a fortune to put this as the last reveal and hype it the way he did. The Shill Awards are just that, a giant shill. Now, next year, I'm telling you, next year during the Game Awards, at the end of the show, Jeff will be like, oh yes, we have one more final game to show you. Dun dun dun, I can't begin to tell you how excited I am to show you this new and exclusive global premiere. Let's show everybody the reveal trailer for Gargling Shit Simulator 2027. Oh, let's clap, everybody. Oh, come on, Jeff. You all know you want to do it. Now, nothing says lazy and just a out-and-out blatant cash grab than making yet another hero shooter. It's like somebody went to ChatGPT and said, hey, generate a hero shooter with fantasy elements. Oh, yeah, and don't forget to add 50 gimmicks to that shooter. And then, you know what? In the trailer, we can call it unique and breathtaking. Guys, I gotta be honest. When I first saw the gameplay trailer or whatever the this thing was, it looks like one of those fake video games that kids play in movies. Do you remember when you were a teenager and you watched something like Drake and Josh and they were playing some fake game on Nickelodeon? It looks exactly like the thing that Josh would be playing. Now, I'm convinced that game developers in 2026 just don't read the room. They do not know their customer base. Whoever was in charge of this nonsensical, diabolical disaster has never played a video game in his life. You know, I thought the Half-Life 3 crowd had it bad. I am just so deeply sorry to Titanfall fans, because during this trailer, these morons had the nerve, the unmitigated gall to say, from the developers of Titanfall. Hey, listen to me, the developers of Titanfall aren't around anymore, are they? Whenever I see something like this from the developers of insert studio, my first thought is, why aren't they still at the studio anymore? So yeah, it's one of the biggest red flags in gaming these days. It's not a flex to say from the studio of whoever. So yeah, whenever they say, like in this case, from the creators of Apex Legends and Titanfall, it was probably just like one guy who did coding back in the day who happens to still be there. Because when was the last time you seen a game with a tagline from the creators of ... and it was actually a good thing? Tell me in the comments, maybe I'm forgetting something. It's because everybody who's worked on those IPs left those games years ago, and the studio is made up of just lazy millennial developers with just a barren wasteland of creativity, and these executives up top trying to bait you into buying their new slop with nostalgia. It's garbage, it's trash anyway. The closer we get to High Guard's launch, the more its big reveal seems to have backfired. You know, these developers said, you know how successful Concorde was? And they said to themselves, you know, we can do that. We can do that very well. By the way, did you know the name High Guard is just an inverse of Overwatch? I mean, these people have no creativity anyway. High Guard is the upcoming PvP shooter game from the developers behind Titanfall and Apex Legends. Originally, this title was uncovered during the 2025 Game Awards. Oh yay, how exciting, and the final reveal of the show. However, as the date gets closer to the High Guard's planned January 26, 2026 release date, information about the game seems to have fallen off, with many labeling as MIA. They should really name it AIDS, because I swear every year we get this stupid Concorde / hero shooter and they get shut down down within a few months and become irrelevant. By the way, the whole hero shooter market was oversaturated basically the year it came out. I would even say a few months after it was made. I mean, it's just insane to me that they don't seem to realize how big of a risk that is. It's a huge risk, like 9 out of 10 people who try it just end up failing. Anyway, in the trailer it said, quote, a new breed of shooter. Okay, you know what, you're right. Okay, let's see. It's a new breed of shooter with the visuals and stupid character designs which are identical to old shooters that came out more than a decade ago. Yeah, you're just breaking ground here. Yeah, nobody's gonna believe that. These developers are really stupid. They very easily could have just made a new studio and made a spiritual successor to Titanfall and boom, licensed to print money. But instead we decided to make a game that will have what? Let's just say 5,000 peak player count and literally die on the table within a week and then end up forcing us to shut down our studio and then have to lay off like 20 to 50 people and leave them unemployed. What were these morons thinking? This should really be illegal anyway, with such big names behind the game. Expectations from fans will undoubtedly be high. But has all the hype and flashy reveal actually worked against Highguard? And will more information be uncovered during the last 2 weeks before launch? I'll answer that no. I mean, talk about stepping on rakes. This studio probably paid millions of dollars for a 2-minute trailer at the end of Jeff Keighley's stupid show. Oh yeah, and probably paid extra to be at the last spot of the Game Awards. Now everybody hates it and everybody has memed it because they know it didn't earn that last spot. So yeah, bravo, you just destroyed your entire game. Anyway, with the lack of information about Highguard being made available to the public, general excitement and trust in the game has seemed to have significantly died down as a hero shooter. Players have been hoping for a reveal of some playable character at the very least. Yeah, that's not happening. This looks like it came straight out of Sora AI. It looks terrible, and then you add on the Gen Z broccoli hair character in the first few seconds of the trailer. Yeah, it really works. And then in the trailer they have it was developed in secret. Yeah, I really wish these guys kept it a secret. Lord knows we need less of this schlop out there. However, it appears that very few details have been made available. No heroes, no abilities, no maps, pretty much nothing other than what was previewed at the 2025 Schlop Game Awards. Other users have stated that at this point, a lack of information may be the best option. The trailer at the Game Awards was not received well, and after all, many users have made remarks about how the game does the opposite of what Titanfall enthusiasts would be looking for. No, of course not, and with some even saying that the reveal trailer gives the impression of AI-generated shooter. Now, you know what, I gotta be honest, at least these developers didn't start attacking people online or acting very delusional about the reception and criticism. Them shutting the up and not saying a word is probably the best decision. It's a smart move, I gotta be honest, since that initial impression was so bad. Maybe you can just, scam the audience with ignorance. And on that bombshell, let me know in the comments what you think about this. I'll be very interested to see Manix out.
Okay, so here we have Logan Paul just got brutally exposed. How many times is this guy gonna be exposed for being a scumbag before people realize that or learn that he is actually a scumbag? Honestly, it's just sad at this point. It's just sad. Yeah.
It's easy to set a young heart on the run, to see it crashing out the sky, falling one by one. Walking alone on the coldest night. There's nothing I could ever say to change your mind. I gotta live without your love. We've said goodbye. There's nothing I could ever say to change your mind.
Oh wait, look at that, it's time over. Anyway, going to restart. I was busy reading my email. There was like some kind of important email that I had to read. Okay, look at that. Okay, so I'm thinking of playing this game that I used to play back in the day. It's Entropia Universe. Going to do a little bit of Entropia Universing. Okay, so I'm just going to switch to the game. I'm going to play Entropia Universe, by the way. So I'm going to close this, and then I have to enable that. There you go, there's the game. And then I have to close this. Enable this one. Okay, there you go. So guys, the game is Entropia Universe. And I have a quest here to let's see. I have this quest. Okay, so I have this quest called Enter the Swamp. Okay, what I need to do, I need to sweat. Gather 20 vibrant sweat from the creatures in the swamp. Use the VSE. It can take a couple of tries. The good thing is I already have like a lot of sweat from before. So I'm just going to turn the quest in. Hey, Sweaty George. Here's your sweat. I wonder how do I give the sweat to him. What? I guess he's requiring me to actually do the sweating. I already have like I already have a lot of vibrant sweat. Why do I have to do the sweating? They're gathered. Ooh, okay, so it's going to try and, you know, oh my goodness, I almost died. Yeah, look at my HP. Okay, so I have to you know, recover my HP. Again, the quest is to gather sweat. Red sweat. Going to do some sweating. Oh my goodness, they are relentless. Are they going to chase me all the way up here? Ooh, damage, damage. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Am I going to die? Oh, crap. This is not gonna be easy, you know, sweating. There was a player. A player arrived. Look at that, there's a player over there. So it may sound like it's an easy mission, but it's really not. So I have like 1k sweat, but the in-game character wouldn't accept it. So I have armor here, but it doesn't really provide any defense or anything. I do have a gun, but the thing is, I don't have any bullets. Yeah. And it costs PED. This is what I have, the VSE MK1. I have this. Don't know what that is. I have like 2 PED, but that I got from selling sweat back in... Well, I'm still in Calypso. I don't know how I got here. Yeah, I don't know how I got here. I'm just here. Okay, so I'm just going to wait. How do I sit, by the way? I forgot how to sit. So how do I put this in the hotbar? It says there that the one is already bound. I'm not sure if this speeds up the if this speeds up the HP generation.
Without you, I remember myself, my name. Forgot about all you tried to change. Familiar was the sound of your voice as I continue to.
Oh, look at that. All my skills are down, I guess.
And now I'm living on the line. It has been a year and now I'm thinking
Oh, wait. Oh my goodness.
that I'm better off right here without you.
Oh, everything is like, I guess because I haven't played for a long time, it all went down.
That I'm better off right here without you. Forgetful. I admit that I've lost my place. My memory's gone erased. Like a scratch, only the scar remains. For we are better apart from all the pain. Distant like the stars above. There's no love I cannot see. And in a moment, that's when I knew I'm better off right here without you. That I'm better off right here without you. That I'm better off right here without you. We spent our days on the coast of something beautiful. We got pulled into the tide of something real. Somehow I lost you on the way. I assumed you left me behind.
Okay, again, I don't know how do I assign the action to the action bar.
off my mind, can't forget it. Now I know what I've got to do is find my way back to you. Hey, why did it take you so long? Hey, while I was dancing on my own. Hey, and now my prayers been answered in my darkest time. 'Cause now I found you. Waiting on the day you would come back to me, hoping that it didn't burn a bridge I couldn't see. Now that you're by my side again, I'll never leave you behind. Lifeless days and sleepless nights, so tired of it. I can't get you off my mind, can't forget it. Now I know what I've got to do is find my way back to you. Take us so long. Hey, while I was dancing on my own. Hey, and now my prayers been answered in my darkest time. 'Cause now I found you. Now I found you. And now my prayers been answered. Now I found you.
Okay, there you go. I was able to equip the sit thing. This is not gonna be easy. Oh my goodness, that is like oh my goodness. So it says that you gained experience in your combat reflex, evade skill. Oh my goodness, this is insane. So that's gonna be the cycle here. I don't have any weapons, I don't have armor, and all my skills degraded. Maybe I should just start a new character. And the thing is, I can only sweat in the camp because of the quest. Maybe instead of this, maybe I should do this. This mission is offering you the opportunity to visually upgrade your Colonial Standard issue jumpsuit to First of 6 Colonial. You will be offered the Colonial Green issue. Here's a preview. Hunt 15 creatures. How am I going to hunt 15 creatures? I don't have a gun. Where is this? Okay, I'll do this one instead. So I'll just have to avoid the creatures, the red dots on the map. Oh my goodness. The number of red dots on the map is increasing. Oh, this is not gonna be easy. Some of them are like... Look at that, there is a creature next to it over there. Of course, I have to avoid the monsters because look at that, they're all over the place. There are like weird plants. Yeah, it's hard to get to any of the camera because of the creatures. It's like the game developers doesn't want me to get close to any of the cameras to complete the quest. So insane. And I don't have, again, I have a gun, but I don't have any ammo. And I don't have armor. I have like a jumpsuit, but it doesn't give any defense. And it looks ugly. That's why I'm not wearing it. It looks ugly. Okay, I've checked one camera. The game also wants me to kill 5 Pipidons. How am I going to kill them? By looking at them? Okay, I need to check 4 more. Oh, crap. Look at that. On an alien planet, running around in my underwear. Uh-huh. Yeah. Where is it? This is not safe because there's one there. There's another there. Okay, just two more. Just two more and I'll complete the mission.
I can't regret leaving you alone till you find your way back home.
Maybe I'll be able to get some ammo at least. Can't really do anything if you don't have ammo. Okay, last one. Last one is over there. Oh, there's so many of them.
Don't let me drown. Don't let me drown. Don't let me drown. Until you find your way back home.
Okay, so I think I can go back now. Because kill the intruding Tripudians, I believe that is an optional quest. I'm not going to do that. There is no way I could do that. No freaking way.
I can't regret leaving you alone till you find your way back home.
Look at that, running around in an alien planet without anything, wearing anything. Where is the freaking base? Okay, am I even going... am I going the right way? I think I'm going the wrong way. part of the quest is to kill Tripudians. That's not gonna happen. I would if I could, but I have no weapon. Oh well, I do have a weapon. I have no ammo. By the way, this game is this is a gambling game, by the way. Okay, where's the freaking camp? Oh, again, the monsters are relentless. I'm going to die anyway. There is no escaping them. You can't run away from them, unfortunately. See? There's no running away from them. Ah, crap. Well, I did get like 3 sweat. There is no talking to this guy. Yo, dude, can you give me some ammo? You know, ammo. Ah, this game is brutal. Once you lost, if you lost everything, yeah. Again, I'm not sure if sitting helps in recovering. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. Oh, it has like poor condition. Look at that. Whoa. Okay. This limited item cannot be repaired. So yes, useless. I could sell it for maybe 1, 2, 3 ped. Okay, so I have like 1k ped, and I'm not sure how much 1k sweat. Not sure how much 1k sweat is. If anyone is interested in 1k sweat, maybe you could buy it up from me, so I could buy a gun. And I don't know where to buy a gun.
Feelings. It's like I can't walk on the ceiling. Oh yeah. Got me.
Or maybe I should just start a new character. I'm going to see if there is a way to start a new character without using a new account.
Anyone else before? Fell in love with my broken pieces. Took 'em all and made 'em yours. Didn't know when my heartbeat needed. Skipping out, no, I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh. Magic. No, I'm never letting go. Now that I have it with you. When you kiss me, it's like the stars fall out the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't wanna show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces. Took 'em all and made 'em yours. Didn't know when my heartbeat needed. Skipping out, no, I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby. You take me higher, you take me higher, baby. You take me higher, you take me.
Okay, I'm just going to create a new account because this one is like, yeah, this one it has no gun, and all the skills went down, so really hard to get back on your feet, I guess. Yeah, okay. I'll be right back. I'm going to create a new account if I'm going to continue. It's not as if I have like a lot of ped in this one.
Started as a whisper, message from a new world I'd never known. Something about it felt like it'd been waiting my whole life. Is this home? I can hear each sound calling my name, and I feel angels around when I start to sing inside.
Okay, so I'm not talking because I was like creating an Entropia account.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through colored glass, time goes on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shape my smile.
will carry you home. I will carry you home. With you got nowhere to go. I need you to know I will carry you home. Carry you home.
Carry you home.
I dream too much. I tell myself that I can't stop. We could see clearly now. We could see clearly now. That I can't stop. We could see clearly now. We could see clearly now. We could see clearly now. Clearly now. Clearly now. We could see clearly now. We could see clearly now. We could see clearly now. I smoke too much. I drink too much. I tell myself that I can't stop. We could see clearly now. 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 Clearly now. Clearly now. We could see clearly now. We could see clearly now. We could see clearly now. That I can't stop. We could see clearly now. We could see clearly. I can't stop. We could see clearly now. We could see clearly now. Cigarette ash, it looks like snow when it falls in the wind, you know. And you, oh you say you wanna dance. You're worried, you know, you'll end up in the wrong hands. And you're having fun. Why don't you show your friends? And you're having fun. What if it never ends? I'm lacking sincerity, but you don't care at all. Miss booze, lit cigarettes, trying to take me home. Falling in love just a million times, breaking it off with the feeling on exhale. She's cold as December.
Okay, I'm going to reset this by going through the splash screen.
Holding your shoes in your hand, and out that door. And you got nothing, but you say you wanna dance. And you're worrying, oh, you'll end up in the wrong hands.
Okay, so yeah, what I did is I created a new character in Entropia universe because the one I was using was kind of old and it had no equipment whatsoever. I don't know what happened to that character. Okay, Dr. Zimmer. Interact with Dr. Zimmer by aiming at him and pressing F. You can switch between aim mode and cursor mode by pressing left on. Look at my character is wearing. See, she's wearing something. Cannot be traded ped card. Oh, my other character doesn't even have a ped card. Yeah. Good. Waking up from the stasis is a bit disorienting. So you remembering your name is a good sign. We haven't arrived at our destination just yet. The ship was pulled out from warp speed. Ooh, what is this, Star Trek? And is under attack. The passengers, including you, are getting evacuated while we are trying to hold off the enemy. Head up the stairs to the shuttle. Commander Lyle will take care of you. Hurry. Why is there something blocking the way? My goodness. There you are, last passenger for the shuttle. Alright everyone, get a move on. We don't have much time. This shuttle will take you on a one-way trip from this starting area to your next. Do you wish to continue? Once you have left the ship, you cannot return here. Your appearance will be final, but you may enhance it later by visiting a hairdresser, face, or body sculptor. Are you ready to leave? I'm not sure what's happening right now. It's all black. It's dark. All I can see is a black screen.
saying to take a breath to keep me guessing with what he said.
Okay.
We're under pressure.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Speak with the security chief Harkov. Oh, hello. Another colonist. Whose ship got caught by the robots. I take it. Your shuttle did a little good on the way down. You're lucky you have landed. I'm Security Chief Harkov of the Satesh Expeditionary Forces, or SEF. Could you please state your name? Alright, let me check that against the passenger list we received. Meanwhile, welcome to Port Kabrakan, the only permanent settlement on Satesh. As you have already noticed, we are currently dealing with a bit of a situation. The robots have been intercepting colony ships headed for frontier worlds and are pushing in our outposts. They are a scourge on the systems, ruthless machines looking to destroy anything we build. So what now? I'm afraid we can't allow any ships to leave due to the risk of being shut down, but our logistics are starting to get overwhelmed by the amount of emergency shuttles coming in. However, you may actually be able to help each other. Mr. Yoshida down in the town center is looking for someone to help him out. You seem to fit the requirements. If you accept, he will sponsor you with some gear and a guided seat on the next shuttle onward to the frontier once the robots are pushed back and the fight ban lifted. That's what I like to hear. You will need to be able to defend yourself, so head down to Reinhardt behind me. He'll supply you with a weapon and point you where Yoshida is. Yeah, that was my problem with my old account, is that I had a gun, I have no ammo, and you can't use a gun without any ammo. Hello there, can I help you? Send me to you before I go to Yoshida. We're arming anyone we can at the moment. What we the robot situation, mostly traders and scientists have here, not trained fighters. You'll find a pistol and ammo in a box. Okay. Why aren't you out there shooting robots? Lately I've done my fair share over the years, but right now logistics are more important. I'm good at that. Alright, point made. Let me know if you need any pointers. You can try it out on those holobots. Shoot 3 of them for me, will ya? Works like a charm. You've had some survival training. So you're heading to see Yoshida. He should be down in the admin building by the town square. I'll add a marker to your tracker. Will do. Okay, I don't know what they're doing though.
You can have it yours, so I'ma sit and just lay in my bed with the breath in my head, getting stuck to the edge with you. First deep and cruise
Every shot is like spending money here. Greetings, who might you be? Arkov said I fit your requirements. Ah, excellent. I require assistance with certain assignments outside Kabalyero. Things that can help a lot of people. In exchange, you will receive the gear required to complete these assignments and be allowed to keep it once done. You will also be allowed to priority boarding on any shuttle going forward once things are safe enough to allow space traffic. Yeah. There are several automated recon posts out in the valley. Really just some sensors and comm towers. They help relay radio signals, collect environmental data, things like that. We just lost contact with a series of them and need to investigate what's going on. Exactly. I see you already have a weapon. Good. You should also pick up a healing kit from Miss Walker. Never know what might happen out there. Oh. And don't worry, I won't ask you to trek all the way on foot. Go to Rusty and he'll set you up with a suitable vehicle. See, my old account don't even have a vehicle. I'll let them know to expect you get going. Okay, be right back. Okay, I'm back. I need to talk to Walker. Find Walker. Well, finding Walker is easy because look at that. Walker is marked. Howdy, can I help you? Mr. Yoshida sent me. Well, I'll be. Found someone, did he? I have a spare set HP 1 healing orb. Just grab it and it's right there on the table. Take the healing key. And don't worry if you die. You're hooked up to the revival network now, a quantum marvel. You'll wake back up at the nearest revive terminal. It'll hurt like you've never heard before, mind you, but your body and gear will be safe. Just remember to heal your injuries properly after. No need to linger on the afterlife. Easier to stay sane then. Now, good luck out there. Healing tool information. You can find the set 1 healing orb in the tools tab. Press I when equipped. Press E to heal yourself. Hold it down for a couple seconds to activate. Auto use. Remember that you gain less health if you move while healing. You can heal others by aiming at them when using the tool. To quickly equip it, press the corresponding numerical button on the action bar. Okay, so I guess I go here to find Rusty. Rusty, my man. Mr. Yoshida sent me to get a vehicle. You're handling those comp towers then? Yeah, I have something suitable for you. Hoverbike, quick and easy to use. The Wasp HCL is what we use for most recon missions. Can go over water, won't get tangled in roots and other stuff. Vehicle information. To place the vehicle, open your inventory, press I, go to the vehicle tab. Place the vehicle by left clicking on the ground near you. The indicator will flash green when you hover it over your suitable location. There must be oil in a vehicle for you to be able to use it. Place your vehicle, then interact with it to fuel it. Drag and drop the oil into the fueling window. Oil is found in the resources tab. Enter a fuel vehicle by interacting with it. While in vehicle, you use the interaction to get out. To pick up a vehicle, open a context menu for your vehicle, then choose pick up. It's highly recommended that you pick up your vehicle when you're not using it. If you walk too far away from your vehicle, it will be automatically recalled to your inventory. You can press whatever that is, backslash or slash to recall all your placed vehicles. The vehicle will be automatically recalled if left for 15 minutes. The condition and structural integrity for vehicles are two different things. Condition is like for all other usable items, it wears down with use. The vehicle can no longer be used when it runs out of condition. Structural integrity is a vehicle's health points. This is the amount of damage that the vehicle can take before it becomes unusable. However, SI can be repaired with a tool such as a vehicle RK5L. To repair a vehicle's SI, it has to be placed in the world and use a repair tool with it. Alright then, the comm towers aren't going to check themselves. We don't have any personnel available to assist, so you'll mostly be on your own there. Don't worry, I got this. Okay, let's take a look at the information, details, description. While there are some design bias, this type of basic undersuit is standard issue for most mid-class companies. It will keep the wearer at a comfortable temperature in most extreme situations. It can be worn both as it is or as a padding under spacesuits and armor. Condition. Okay, so I guess I need to head out. Maybe I can just run. Let's see if we can just run. Whoa, what's that? Someone riding a hover bike. By the way, the game looks like this because I have the game set in the lowest possible graphics settings. That's why. So the quest or mission location is like half a kilometer away. That's not far. Oh, okay. I don't wanna, you want to call this? I don't wanna waste ammo. Okay, that was very stupid. Okay, we're getting closer to the mission location. Look at that. In first person view, my character has legs. Nice. Okay, that's nice. Okay, the first tower is over there. A connector is missing. The com tower cannot function. Look around. Top edge footprints surround the tower leading west. Maybe some robot stole the connector. Head out. I guess I'll have to fight the robot. Okay, connector found. I found like shrapnel connector. Okay, so I got the connector. Now I can go back to the tower and repair the tower. Well, surprisingly, you know, it's water. Yeah, it splashes. The part you found matches the connection port in the tower. Pull it back. Find the second tower. Shrapnel info. You found some shrapnel. It can be looted from all creatures. Shrapnel can be found in the materials tab. Okay. You can sell it or convert it to universal ammo by double clicking it. 100 shrapnel result in 101 universal ammo. Note, universal ammo can be sold or traded. Okay, so just think of this as playing Code Violet. Okay, going to try and avoid those creatures. Look at the graphics. It looks awesome. Okay. Again, it's best to just avoid the enemy. So if you're wondering why it looks blurry, it's because my graphics setting is set to the lowest quality. That's why. There is even a safe mode where your character will run around naked. Yeah, in this game, safe mode means naked character. Oh crap, there's so many enemies. I'm not sure if these creatures are like hostile or anything. There's just so many of them. They're like all over the place. Oh wow, I guess I have to find. Well, I could shoot them, but I don't want to waste ammo.
But you don't even try. Still I'm better with than without you. Oh, I'm on it, I want it, but why do you seem to call it your ex? I can't tell if you're here or you're out there. Do you wanna be out?
Oh crap, they are everywhere. Look at all those dots.
I just need this to be real. I don't need no fairy tale. You don't need a killer. Pray for me.
Okay, I'm going to try and find a different route. If that different route exists, which I doubt it exists. They're all over the place. There's so many of them. Ew.
We run the street every time. Whatever it is, we keep on trying.
What is wrong with this rock? Look at that. This is a very soft rock.
That's why I'm better with
It's not hard rock. It's soft rock.
I'm on it, I want it, but why do you seem to call it your ex? I can't tell if you're here or you're out there. Do you wanna be out there? You don't need to be Prince Charming to me. I just need this to be real. I don't need no fairy tale. You don't need a killer. Pray for me.
This place like is infested. It's infested of robots and those creatures. Well, I just hope they're not super aggressive.
I just need this to be real. I don't need no fairy tale. You don't need a killer. Pray for me.
Okay, so I see the tower. It's right over there.
I don't need no fairy tale. I don't need no.
Bittersweet and I'm walking slow.
So, if it's not needed, I'm not going to use my gun.
For things that I
Again, it costs money.
feel from my past, cause it always shows. Do I wanna try? Can I let
Everything that you do in this game costs money.
so be sure?
Because ped is money. If you have 10 ped, that is equivalent to $1. So if you have 100 ped, you have $10. And getting ped is really hard. This game is one big gambling machine, I think. You have found a melee weapon. The set survival knife can be found in the weapons tab in your inventory. Okay, investigating the tower.
Blacking out, afraid just fading day by day. I'm reaching out for someone who can take away the pain I feel, the things I haven't done at all. I've lost my way, but how I felt I can't recall.
It's this device. Okay, hello? Can you read me? I can, more or less. Splendid. With the comm towers working again, we will have far less interference on the short-range transmitters. Did you find out why they had stopped working? Robots had sabotaged them. Oh, on a related note, there was a cargo shuttle on autopilot coming in from that direction. We lost track of it around the time when the comm towers went down. As you have proven suitable for this type of task, could I ask you to head over to the last known local location and see what you can find? Alright. I appreciate the help. The towers are up and running with minimal interference. You can keep the hoverbike as a thank you. So what did you find out there? Robots had sabotaged them. Figures. On another note, here was an incoming shuttle, but we recently... Yeah, okay. I shall have shown enough for the searches. Okay. Investigate the area. Okay, so now I'm carrying a knife. Knife. It's like a knife. How will I ever heal? I'm so deeply wounded. Oh my goodness, these things are everywhere. Okay, I'm trying not to aggro any of them. Whoa, look at that. Wow, okay. That is a nice view, even with the low graphic settings. That is a nice view. See that planet and space? You can see space. Wow, you can see space. Okay, what does it mean? Does it mean this place has a low or a thin atmosphere? Because you can see space. Look at that. It's broad daylight and you can see space. There's a box containing some ammo and a pistol. It seems to have been flung into the ground here. Take the items. The debris looks more like it was torn up rather than shot or exploded. These two seems to have been flung some distance. Nice. The water flashes. There are games with water, but that's it. There is no interaction with the water. Okay, mission updated. Repel the robot attack. Destroy the robot.
Forget all the wrongs and every reason why we've changed. And there's a storm inside my head. It's getting me in trouble, baby, and I can't break away. I thought that I could keep it low. Take it easy, take it slow.
Okay, there is a commando over there. Commando. Okay, so I'm glad the commando is not moving, because look at the damage the gun is doing to the commando. Very little. 0.7. It's not even a whole number. The shuttle looks surprisingly intact. You see no scorch marks or projectile impacts, only damage from the trees or rocks it hit on the way down. Perhaps the robots managed to disable its electronics with some type of electromagnetic weapon. Okay, so now I guess I have to return to Yoshida. Yeah, look at that, it's almost 2 kilometers away. And what is the source of this water? Look at that. You can see the water here, but then again, the water is not flowing anywhere. So this is a stagnant water, so yeah. Stay away from stagnant water. Whoa! What was that? I got something. Something just appeared from the ground. Well, I took it, so yeah. Imagine how long it would take my character to get back to Yoshida.
I need a scarecrow after what you did, 'cause all of the birds know that I'm almost dead. I'm barely breathing, I'm barely awake. You left me in pieces, there's no more to break. Don't wake me up, not in this century. Don't wake me up.
Again, look at space. It's broad daylight and you can see stars. And to the other side, there is a huge It looks like this place is like a moon to that planet.
I need an angel after what you did, 'cause you were the devil, you messed with my head. You lied to my mother, you lied to my friends. You said that you'd be there, but this never ends. Oh, wake me up, not in this century. Don't wake me up, 'cause you're just a ghost inside my head. You're just a ghost, you're never there. You're just a memory on my lips. 'Cause you're just a ghost inside my head. You're just a You're just a ghost inside my head. You're just a ghost, you're never there. 'Cause you're just a ghost inside.
Okay, so it's not a road. Okay. That could be the road back to Yoshida. I wouldn't know.
Inside my head. Oh, you're just a ghost inside my head.
Blue, the feeling behind my eyes. You stood out 'cause you were in red. Then, against my intentions, I let you turn me violet instead. Summer high, met you in August. New York, back to my cold apartment. Distance sucks, but at least I'm still with you. Whiter skies, middle November. You and I, flights to wherever. I don't mind as long as it's with you. As long as it's with you.
Okay, so I'm just rearranging the UI. Maybe I should put this here. Maybe down here.
At the festival that we met at, where you were just a face in the crowd, and now I can't imagine me with anybody else as we close out the night underneath the lights.
Okay, much better.
Summer high, met you in August, New York, back back to my cold apartment. Distance sucks, but at least I'm still with you.
This is Code Violet.
As long as it's with you. As long as it's with you.
There's the planet. Look at that. That is a nice looking scene. No, that is a nice looking scene. Then you can see space from the clouds. Okay, and then the planet. So this thing could be a moon because that is too close. My goodness, the Earth is not that close to the moon. If you're on the moon and you look at Earth, it's not as big as that. It's like, well, it's like a lot bigger when you see the moon on Earth, but it's not that. Ah, you made it back. Did you manage to find our wayward shuttle? Explain what happened. If you're correct, it is worse than we feared. The robot threat is getting far too serious. They are disrupting our operations on all levels. If we make it out of this, we will have to request an increased military presence. I have another request for you. One that may help confirm if your theory is correct. While you were looking for the shuttle, comms and teleportation capabilities between here and the Hunrokan outpost went down. I'll assume it was an issue with the quantum entanglement connection. But if the robots are bold enough to target shuttles now, either way, Hanrokan has the best atmospheric sensors on Satesh. An electromagnetic weapon being used in the area could show up as an anomaly. I need their recent data to compare with when the shuttle was lost. You want me to go there? Yes, I need you to bring this Quantcom connector to Lauren Lord, who is in charge of the team at Hanrokan. She will also know what data I need. Hopefully, that will be all you need to do. Alright, I'm going. Travel to Hanrokan. 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 Okay, what is wrong with this guy? Why is he crying? Hi, I need a nap. Are you a player? Ah, it's an NPC. Ah, it's an AI-powered NPC. There he is. I'm going to try and ask for a pet from the NPC.
Up all night by myself, trying to figure ways to you. Your voice stuck in my brain, we never got to see it through. And I know I feel more pain if we're speaking truth. Cause when the daylight comes, I still lose. So will I feel it again?
Okay, pet, if I had any spare, I'd be asleep in a rented room, not loitering out here. Best I can do is advise, run the rookie missions, grab every daily you can, and sweat your lungs out at the local sweat spots. Pay that sweat, don't overpay for ammo, and avoid anyone promising quick profit. Survival here is grinding, and not falling for scams, not handouts. Ah, come on. Yeah. Look at your clothes, go sell your clothes and give the money to me. Yeah, you have like AI powered NPCs now. I guess there are NPCs like that guy that you can talk to.
Looking back at our time, hoping that we did it right.
Okay, so it says there, time over. Anyway guys, going to end the stream here. Again, the game is Entropia Universe. I had to create a new one because the one that I used earlier, that was old, from an older account, and I don't know what happened to it because it had nothing. And the stats were all like down, I guess.
Just don't know.
Anyway, guys, I'll end the stream here. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and I'll be right back after a few minutes. Bye bye for now.